Shalom from Karen Biavna and happy Chanuka. This time of year, around Chanuka, we always read the Parshios of Yosef HaTzadik, Vayeshev, Miketz, and the Darshanim look for some sort of connection between these Parshios and Chanuka. We'll also try to suggest some connection between the Parshios. But by way of introduction, let's focus on the following question. Yosef, more than any other figure in the Torah, is associated with the special talent, the unique talent of being able to interpret dreams. Why is it that Yosef was zoche to that ability, to that skill? So, two possibilities come to mind. One possibility is the following. Even the greatest scholar, even a person with a degree in psychology, won't necessarily be able to interpret those dreams that are a form of nevuah. After all, when Paro dreams his dreams of the 7 years, then he calls in the Chartumim, the Chachamim, the Ein Magidli. They're not able to help him. To be able to interpret a dream that has some aspect of nevuah, one needs the insight, the gift from God. Who is it that's granted such a gift? Only a person with great humility. Yosef had that quality. When Yosef is told by Paro, hey, I hear you have a great reputation for being able to interpret dreams, his reaction is, Bil Adai, it's not my power. Elokim Ya'aneh Shlom Paro. A person that has humility, the realization that his wisdom comes from God, is granted by God that wisdom. But I would like to suggest also another possible explanation for why is it that Yosef was zoche to this quality. Yosef is sold by his brothers down the river. Rabbi Rivlin, in one of his talks, he suggested that Yosef perhaps entertained the possibility that Yaakov was in on this sale. After all, Yaakov knew that his brothers hated him. And nevertheless, he sent him to the brothers. So certainly, Yosef, when he goes to Mitzrayim, and he's very successful in the house of Potiphar, he had every reason in the world to start again. He could have been, instead of Yosef HaTzadik, Yosef, Joe the Egyptian, or Tzafnas Paneach, but not more than that. But nevertheless, Yosef realizes that, at least in his case, life is but a dream. The life which he lived as a servant in the house of Potiphar, he realized that was just the superficial part. But there's something deeper than that. He understood that he had a mission, he had a goal, he had dreams to fulfill. So Yosef was an individual that didn't view life in a superficial fashion. He was able to plumb to the depths and to understand what life is meant to be about. He understood that Ganob Gunapti Me'erza Ivrim, that he was a son of Yaakov, a descendant of Yitzchak and Avram Avinu. An individual that is able to live a life of depth, of understanding, and doesn't get carried away by the superficial existence around him, such a person is also able to understand the depths of a dream. A dream seems like some sort of silly story about sheaves, about cows, about grain, but a person that's able to get to the depth of things, to understand things in a deeper fashion, is zocha to interpret dreams. And that perhaps is why Yosef was able to have that insight, that understanding, to know what the dream really means. These two possible ways of viewing life, either in a very superficial fashion or with the depth and insight into what life is meant to be truly meant to be about, is at the crux of our argument with the Yevanim. The Yevanim did accept there's a concept of a God, or perhaps we should say gods, but they certainly didn't understand that the Jewish people have a direct connection to God. The concept that Jews who look similar to other individuals are different, the fact that Jews have a holy Torah, a holy neshama, that's something they weren't able to relate to. They wanted us to blend in to the rest of Hellenistic society. The Hashmonaim understood that there's something unique about our Torah, about our worship, about our neshama. So Chanukah is the celebration of an understanding that life is meant to be lived with depth, with our thinking about what our mission is, what our role to play in this world is meant to be. May we all be zocha to pierce the superficiality that constantly threatens to overtake our world, so that we will be able to live by the light of the menorah, light of the Torah, as the pasuk says, Ner l'ragli dvarecha v'or l'nesivasi. Happy Chanukah, all the best.